The kickoff set to go with another story unfolding. Ian Haufield, the newly signed kicker for the Tampa Bay Storm. Here's a man who, as you see, has been around, but not in this league since 1997. Hasn't been in the National Football League since back in 1993, when ironically he last kicked for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And this guy is quite the story. Right now he's been selling ad space for NBC. Decided to come in for the open tryout that Tim Markham had. Beat out 8 kickers. He was hurt in 1997 in a car wreck. He's back and happy to be playing arena football again.
The opening kick. Fielded and played off the wall, Willis Marshall, but then he steps out of bounds.
And let's go back to the top when we talked about the kicking game woes of both of these teams coming in. Ian Haufield for Tampa Bay, who was signed this week, middle of the week, has made all of his extra points and done a decent job on kickoffs. So that's a big advantage for Tampa Bay. Brian Goins, they were worried about his extra points. He's made all of his today, and now he's recovered an onside kick. So both kickers contributing well to their teams when there was a lot of concern coming into the game.
There's Haufield right there. The fact that he's even here is remarkable. He was in a dreadful car accident, Haufield was, back in the early 1990s.
I like his hat.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I like that hat.
I like it.
You see that logo on there? We like Ian Haufield.
he was hit by a construction truck on Interstate 15 in Las Vegas and has had a myriad of surgeries since. Dalzell. Completion out to the 19 to Willis Marshall. And continuing that story on Haufield, I mean, this guy went to Sunrise Hospital in Las Vegas. They reconstructed his knee. They had to fuse a couple of discs in his lower back, he was telling us. And he just had to basically rebuild the body. While he wasn't kicking, he became an ad salesman at KVBC, the NBC affiliate out in Las Vegas, Channel 3. And the owner of the station, Jay Rogers, says, I know you want to kick. Go ahead, try it again. We'll keep your job here for you. As Dalzell finds Ricky Ross down to the 22, 23-yard line. But a heck of a story, both of these kickers here today.
Great story, especially about Haufield, because he said he didn't want to leave the game on someone else's terms, i.e. the injury he had. He wanted to go out on his own terms. Great job battling back, but here's a great drive by Grand Rapids.
Now a 32-yard field goal attempt by Ian Haufield, who in this league back in 1995 hit a 61-yarder. You heard me right. This is officially from 35 yards where they spotted. Haufield's kick from 35 yards away, good as the half ends here in Grand Rapids. So Ian Haufield winning the kickathon as they brought in 7 different kickers to try and replace Pete Olezovic, who had not kicked well. Haufield survives the kickathon and puts the Tampa Bay Storm up by 3 at halftime.
8 kickers were brought in this week, and Ian Haufield emerged as the guy, and what a great first half for him. Made all of his extra points, did a decent job on kickoffs, actually began to hit the net, and then ends the half with a perfect field goal right down the middle. Tell me Tim Markham does not feel better about his kicking game right now.
And he also says, I don't really care about the age factor. Sure, he's 36 years old.
Remember, Tim Markham's the same guy who cut a kicker.
Yep, exactly right.
Cut a kicker after a ball game.
With 1 second remaining on the clock, Haufield is the man of the moment.
So what we've discovered is that while Tim Markham wanted the slant or the Z go backside, and Kaleo wanted to fade, they decided on none of them because only 8 seconds were on the clock. Didn't want the clock to run out without a shot at winning it. And as you said, it's now in the hands, or actually on the foot, of Ian Haufield.
A little bit again about Haufield. If you're just joining us along the way, he was signed earlier this week after a 7-kicker tryout, a kickathon. But he's been around in this league from 1993 through 97. This is for the win.
Something's just thrown on the field.
Something has just been thrown on the field.
Tim Markham pointed it out, wanted to make sure it was out of the way.
This will be officially a 24-yard field goal attempt to try and win it. If it's good, Tampa wins. If it's no good, Grand Rapids wins. It's that simple. It is up. It is good. Tampa wins as Ian Haufield returns to the Arena Football League in a successful debut, drilling a 24-yard field goal to hand Grand Rapids their first loss of the year. And for Tampa Bay, they keep pace with everyone. They're now 2 up and 2 down.
Once again, Tampa Bay comes to Van Andel and deals a loss to Grand Rapids. Ian Haufield, welcome back to the competitive world of arena football. Drills it, and then he wants the football. Check this out. Ian Haufield. Not much, you can't get a much better story than this. Out of the game since 1997, he's the hero of the day.
So it is all over here at Van Andel Arena. Smiles abound as John Kaleo and Haufield embrace. Once again, the final score from Grand Rapids. Tampa Bay 58, Grand Rapids 56. Coming up tonight, don't miss Dateline NBC, followed by James Patterson's First to Die. That's tonight, beginning at 7 p.m., 6 Central, right here on NBC. For Charles Davis, I'm Eli Gold, saying so long from Grand Rapids. You've been watching the AFL on NBC.
Thank you, Ray.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Rach. And here's Rick with a preview of what's coming up in sports.
Yeah, you know, we like it when our locals do well. Well, we've got a couple of them today. It was a big day for a Channel 3 employee on the national stage. I'll show you the thrilling ending. Plus, another local looks to bring more momentum right on home. That's coming up next on News 3 at 6. Track for the Gladiators. Yesterday's 46-45 win over New York improved Las Vegas to 2-2 on the season, with the defending champion San Jose SaberCats coming to town next Sunday. We are excited at Channel 3 because one of our own has made it back. KVBC account executive Ian Haufield was signed by the Tampa Bay Storm this week. He's a veteran of the NFL and the Arena League. He made his debut today against Grand Rapids. Ian was 4 for 5 on extra points. This is his first field goal attempt, a 35-yarder as the second quarter expired. It was good. Then get this, down 56-55 on the last play of the game. It's Haufield or bust. Talk about pressure, but Ian nails the field goal to win it for Tampa Bay. Way to go, Ian. Your fellow employee is proud of you. 58-56 the final. We're just glad you didn't kick for the Storm last week against the Gladiators.